Okay, hello everyone. So I wanted to do a little video today about the suicide of Actualize.org member Soon Hee. I hope I've pronounced that right. So I was told about this a few days ago. I don't actually follow Leo's teachings anymore because the effects that they were having on me, it just made my mental health just go through the floor, and I had sort of, I don't know if it was really some sort of epiphany or what happened, but I just left and became much happier as a result. So Soon Hee seems to have committed suicide in an effort to experience conscious death. So it's like it's some kind of act of state chasing. So I think the last message he ever sent to someone was, I leave you my dream, you already know, meet you in the beyond. So I'm not going to blame Leo or anything, because really I'm past the point of this pitchfork mentality that I used to have in my other videos, where I was like shouting. Actually, those videos were deleted a long time ago. My very first videos, like name calling and calling Leo like a psychopath and all that, didn't really do anything valuable. So Leo's teachings can affect people in two very distinct ways, I've noticed. So on one extreme, you've got the extreme positive effect that it has on people. So on the Actualize.org forum, there was the user Zero is Infinity, and when I was well into Leo's teachings, I think that was maybe 2 years ago now, Zero is Infinity was quite difficult to talk to. So when I was talking to him, the most you would get out of him is that it's all infinite love, it's all pure joy, and it was difficult to get anywhere. So it's like with some of these people, it's what Leo teaches can be, or even maybe some other teachers, because Leo's not the only the only teacher who's teaching this sort of stuff. So you could have other teachers giving this out too. So you've got the situation where the person is now feeling that, or has somehow convinced themselves via the teaching, that they are so powerful. They're imagining this reality. They're imagining all these other people around them. So all these other people around them are just imaginary. So that means that I can see how that could be empowering for people, because like all the suffering, animal torture, animal cruelty, all these animals being slaughtered, people being facing all sorts of suffering, everything that's going on all around us. None of that's happening because you're not looking at it just now. So, like, if I embody that sort of teaching, it'd be like when I'm not looking at this person behind me who's getting their head bashed open with a baseball bat, that's now automatically not happening anymore because it's not within my field of perception. So it's just a way of abandoning, it just like abandons all the problems in the world, and that the person just ends up in a state of pure absolute bliss, which I see these people, and it doesn't do anything good for anyone at all. Then there's the other extreme, which I went down. It made me feel powerless. So I was going to I actually was still somehow able to go to my work like this, because it's something I have deeply ingrained in me, sort of force of habit maybe. So I was going into my work, and I was very, very convinced that well, the work did become an illusion to me. What I was doing was just absolutely, completely, totally pointless. It's not benefiting anyone else. I'm just cutting open these boxes, processing these customer returns, and they're not going down a conveyor belt and disappearing up to wherever. I'm not doing anything for customers because they don't exist. My whole existence is just pointless, and that's not doing anything for everyone. So I came close to suicide, but I don't know why I don't know how I didn't do it. I can't really fully remember how I actually snapped out of these teachings, because as Leo is such an excellent communicator, it's amazing the stuff he can convince you, But in Soon Hay's case, maybe he had already convinced himself of something, so I'm not prepared to blame Leo for anything. The worst thing about this whole situation is that, in a sense, what Soon Hay did was extremely, extremely selfish, because he's left, I think from what I understand here, he's left his girlfriend and children behind. Now, I don't know how that's affected them, but I'd imagine that's not good, When you're someone who's got all these responsibilities and commitments, and then you go and abandon those for the sake of state chasing, that's kind of inexcusable, really. Sorry to seem so harsh about that, but if I was, if I did something like that, it'd be terrible, because how it would affect my parents. So that's what I think about that. Because I used to state chase as well. I was doing psychedelics and stuff, and I had some amazing experiences, but I just stopped chasing all that, because I see that nothing, if I'd one truth I've gotten out of life, is that there's nothing really that's worth clinging to, like all these states and chasing God or anything, or even chasing sort of career advancement or whatever. It's mostly just trying to find contentment where you are, and if things do improve, then they do, and if they don't, well, so be it. So that's pretty much all I have to say about it. I still think that unless Leo's teachings have changed, I'll take this back, but I don't follow his teachings anymore. I haven't done for the last over 2 years. So assuming his teachings haven't really fundamentally changed, I still think that what he's teaching is extremely dangerous, and that if that was solely what resulted in Soon Hay taking his life, then I think something more needs to be done about this than a disclaimer under a video saying that I am not responsible for the damage this does. Because his teachings can be quite harmful to certain people. Well, I'm not going to say too much more on that anyway. I still feel like it's the same if I create a product and I put a disclaimer on it saying that if you use this product and it sets your house on fire, I'm not responsible. I'm still possibly, if karma's true or whatever, I'm still kind of responsible, because I'm the one that created that product that burned the person's house down, even though I told them to use it at their own risk. I'd still feel kind of responsible for that, but that's just the way I think. And that's kind of what's stopping me from releasing the product that I want to develop. But I won't go into that too much. So yeah, I'm not going to make this video too long. That's what I wanted to say on it. So for the people that Soon Hay has left behind, his family especially, I just hope that they can manage okay. The kids and all that without their dad there. And that's will bring me on to the final point I want to make, is I think one of the best things in life you can do is keep your responsibilities as low as possible. And that's what I'm trying to do in life. because of course it's more caring about the other people or other potential people. Because if I go and have children, then that's a lot that I'm responsible for if anything was to happen to them. So yeah, just try and live your life as in a just way as you can without causing harm to other people, and try and help other people if you can. That's just the way I live life now. I think Soon Hay's suicide hasn't really proved anything. It's already proved that it's not his dream, because he killed himself, and all of us just are still going about our lives. We didn't even know about it, so it's not his dream, because we're still here. We're still going. I only found out about it because someone messaged me on Facebook, so that kind of debunks that. So it's a real shame how so deeply caught up into these teachings people can get, and it drives them to take their own lives. So I just hope you all stay safe and watch what you're doing.